if you like this topic, smack like and comment a little bit so that I can know so I can feel encouraged that you guys are actually watching, that you guys are actually getting benefit. So that would encourage me a lot. Okay. So now, with that being said, it's time for our daily reflection, and I'm going to start with the 5-minute answer. Why are you so condescending, Felix? So, a bit hard to explain, but it's got to do with certain bits of my past. So I need to take you back all the way to my childhood days, where I was back to my primary school and secondary school, where I was bullied every day. To the point where like really seriously got bullied. People steal my money, got beat up at school and all that stuff. To the point where at some point, in order for me to protect myself, I needed to carry a knife to school. So I basically, like, those bullies come, I show them the knife. That was me. Can't imagine, right, me like that back then. Back then I'm a very different person. Pimples, very, very fat, got pimples and braces. I was just total geek. So anyway, I created this wall around me for many, many years because of that. And eventually I came to tell myself certain stories, the stories is threaten others before they threaten me. That is the story, because that's how I protect myself in the past. So this went on for a very long time, and I started to realize that it's doing damage, it's doing a lot of harm to myself, my goals, and the people around me. So I tried to overcome that, but by then it's already well past my adult years. So it's like, I think, late 20s or so. And I still remember that it has the most significant amount of impact, right? I was still in denial for many years, but it has the most significant amount of impact when I was operating my gym, Honey Badgers. So at that point in time, like, I was ostracized by largely my team members, as well as my own staff, as well as my clients, many of them, and very, very few people I feel really understand who I was. So eventually I came to this conclusion: I need to remove this completely. I need to wash this away, so to speak. But in the process of washing, I resurface a lot of my past traumas, a lot of my past problems, issues, especially my insecurities, my shame, and all of those things. So one by one, I needed to work on those things. All of the suppressed anger, suppressed shame, suppressed pride, even, suppressed guilt, suppressed fear, all of those things, one at a time. I need to wash. I need to go and let it through, non-stop, relentlessly. And so it was very intense, many years of personal development, working on myself and working with mentors to help me overcome all of that stuff. And to the point where I reach this stage, because one of part of the process means you allow yourself to see things as it really is, rather than assigning good or bad, all of those things. The moment you assign good or bad, then you start to feel shameful about your past, and you start to feel guilt about your past. So looking forward to nowadays, right, after going through all of those things, I no longer subscribe to good and bad. I no longer subscribe to good and evil, right or wrong, all those things. I'm very neutral now, very, very neutral. And because of this neutrality, the things that used to trigger me, which is still triggering a lot of people, it slowly went away. It slowly disappeared from my head. So as an example, like when I ask people for feedback about my stuff, right, people would tend to be very careful about what they say around me. Like new people, not to say like my friends or not. It's like new people, fresh, never seen me before. So they would contextualize everything that they say. Felix, this is just my opinion, seriously. And I really appreciate it. I do. It's just that it's quite unnecessary, because I completely got no feel. I completely got no feel, you see. So when you're completely neutral with everything, and you don't see right or wrong, good or evil and all the stuff, then naturally you would want people to be very direct and honest and upfront with you, you see. So and I've been living this way for such a long time that I also lost the ability. Now, in a good sense, I no longer get destabilized. I no longer get hurt. Wow, that's a big statement, huh? But yeah, I actually don't no longer get hurt. But the downside is I also lost the ability to know what hurt other people. I have lost the ability to know what hurts other people, unless they tell me that it hurts. Unless I'm talking to them one at a time, one by one, which is the reason why recently, whenever I do Facebook lives and whatnot, I prefer to see their face. My audience, camera on. Then I can have the opportunity to understand, because I have lost the ability to preemptively predict how people are going to behave to what I just said. And this is made a bit worse because all my years as a coach, right? Sometimes to serve people powerfully, it is not to please people. Actually, most of the time when you want to serve people powerfully, that is not by me, by any means whatsoever, trying to please them. So you need to tell them whatever it is that they need to hear to get the breakthroughs that they need. So this is now enforced in me to the point where I am just very, very blunt. Very blunt, not trying to be curt. I'm not trying to be condescending, not trying to be curt, not trying to be insulting. I don't even look down on anybody. Like I go to volunteer and in a soup kitchen, and when I'm in the soup kitchen, I sit down with people. Like it's like yesterday I just did that, and bit by bit. But people often misunderstand my coolness. Like don't look at me like that. I don't mean that kind of coolness. I'm talking about like that you know what I'm talking about. That kind of coolness, which is like Takesa, like that. The neutrality of it. People tend to confuse that for condescension. It is not condescension. Or sometimes people tend to misunderstand that as being me, being uptight. But whereas I'm just sitting there stone, like chilling, doing my thing. So yeah. So I hope that answers the question. I am not condescending. Not trying to be condescending. It's just I am neutral most of the time. So and I no longer have the ability to predict what might or might not hurt people. But having said that, this is something that I take very seriously on, especially since in order for me to do what I want to do, I'm taking this very, very seriously. I need to go to the next level, to go beyond neutrality. So I went from a dark place to neutrality. Now from neutrality, I want to go into love and joy and all the stuff. So that necessitates a lot of study. And it also necessitates me learning how to put on different egos, and I will explain with you guys what that means next time. But basically, to be able to put on different egos at different time. So when I meet certain people in a certain way, it is not just about what I do, but who I am being at that point in time that will help them change and or help them realize or see certain things about themselves. And likewise, when I meet some other people, I need to put on, not in a fake way, but I need to be a certain way. So that I still do not know. That I still, to be honest, quite confused. But it is something that I'm looking into, and I'm working pretty hard on that. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, being inclusive, being open, being vulnerable, sharing with you guys all of my thoughts, because Sadhguru said that our ability to love is tied to our ability to include. So I want to include all of you guys. Having said that, it is a journey. It is quite difficult. Actually, very difficult for me. Very difficult. But I'm not giving up. So who knows? Maybe sometime next year, or maybe it'll take a couple more years. I have no idea what is the timeline, but it is something that I'm gonna keep on trying anyway, because it's necessary. All right. So I hope that answers the question. And now, with that being said, let's go quickly through reflection so that I can quickly go to the toilet after this. Now, reflection. What has my day been like? You guys do it together as well. What have your day been like? Think back into your throughout your whole day. What is it that you set out to do from morning journal? You think about all the intentions that you have set, the legacy tasks, the one big question that you were asking yourself, right? What was the outcome of it? So for me, this whole day as I was trying to write down my intention, which is the legacy task, the journaling instructions, as I write it down, I realized suddenly, actually, I've come kind of far, which contributes to the problem of neutrality. I've come a bit too far to the point where certain things I'm doing naturally, I start to realize that actually people need a lot of slowdown. So normally I can just ask myself, what am I feeling? But I realize that most people, they can't do that. They're not present to how they are feeling. One classic example is like, if someone is very upset and angry, right? You go and ask them, why are you so angry? They'll be like, no, I'm not angry, right? So the people are like that. So I've decided to add in a few more things, which is getting them present to their physical sensations and whatnot. So I feel kind of proud of how far I've become, because I remember like very clearly a couple of years ago I would never be able to do this. So that felt really good. Today, universe, yesterday and today, kind of a few people are bringing up this topic of condescension and whatnot, which stings, to be honest. But I'm okay. It's like, it is what it is. You can't change. Because this moment is inevitable, right? So we let it go. We accept it as it is, and basically, this is telling me, Felix, it's time to do something about this, which is good, really good. So feeling amazing as life can be, and my feelings. Now think about your intentions. What have you promised that you will do for today? For me, my intention was to accept the hunger and write script for journal instruction. There's only two. Hunger, I almost failed. Because I was so hungry, man. I was so hungry, guys. I can't remember. So hungry from like early morning, wake up after meditation, do this. After this, immediately I start to feel hungry already. And the hunger pangs keep coming. The good news is that it is getting, I would say, lesser. The bad news is that I really miss eating. I mean, I eat dinner, but I really miss eating lunch, I really miss eating lunch. God damn it. And also breakfast. This afternoon, this morning I was at Antipodium. I was like, this Antipodium, the food is not good. But I miss their food for some reason. Only God knows why. So that is that is me. Fortunately, I managed to stave off the hunger by doing meditation and taking it in. After my workout routine, I just go and have my meal. Today, I have a pretty decent meal, by having 3-piece KFC and 2 packs of rice. I don't think I made any caloric deficit today. I don't think so. But oh well. And can't eat anymore until tomorrow. Yeah. Good luck, Felix. So for my one question, legacy task is still on the way. It's way tougher than I realized. It's on the way, but it's getting somewhere. For my one question, how can I be more receptive to love? Because love is an experience. Love is not a transaction. When we expect something to come back from loving people, that is already a transaction. That's not love, that's lust. So how can I be more receptive for love? And I think that my personal answer to that would be to pay more attention. Because whatever it is that we pay attention to, eventually that thing grows in our mind. When that thing grows in our mind, we get to see all of the beauty in it. Before technology is the way it is today, we look at things and we strive for perfection. We're constantly looking for perfection. And then machine came, mass manufacturing came, and everything that came out of the machines is perfect, no flaws. That was the point in time where we started to say, hey, maybe some imperfection is good. It's my imperfection. Great. And I think that is actually the true beauty of things. We need to see what is it exactly that they have, what is it that people are, and we need to pay attention to them, because there is beauty inherent in everybody. But most of the time, due to our own prejudices, likes and dislikes, we just stop paying attention. Even the homeless that we feed, they have a certain beauty about them as well. And I believe that if I continue to watch them, I will be able to appreciate the beauty inherent in them. So with that being said, that is for today. I want you guys to all stay true. Don't forget to stay true to who you are, to yourself. Live life unapologetically and live life unleashed. Let me sign off now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6:45 p.m. a.m. 6:45 a.m.